Hi everyone, I'm Mark Von Olen, the host of Star Wars Rebels Revisited. Join me and my co-host Ashley Brienzo as we do episode watch-alongs, long-form discussions, celebrity interviews, and so much more. Join us every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, only on the Virtual Cantina Network.
Hello, Dave.
What is going on, Frank?
Oh, what I am so excited for tonight. I cannot even. It's so hard to wrap my mind around the fact that we're going to be in California so soon, and we have all these great things coming up. And I apologize. This is my first show I'm doing for celebrating autographs leading up to the vacation, just because of work and things. But I'm so glad you were able to make some time for me tonight that we could come on and go through all the signings. 40 signers in 3 cities. We can talk a little bit about that, but I am just thrilled about tonight and talking autographs.
Yeah, it is great that we could get a time that works with you. Is Mark and I did our best to kind of muddle through it show by show, but to really have your expertise and your take on it, I think that's going to be great, and I'm hoping people tune in and see that, because time is getting near. Wow.
Yeah, so when you're going out before me, when you heading out?
So I head out day after tomorrow. I'm flying in Wednesday morning because I have preview night tickets and shopping times as well. So
Nice.
I start San Diego Comic-Con on Wednesday, and I will go through Sunday, and then immediately roll right into family vacation stuff on the Monday.
Family vacation. I have always wanted to go to San Diego. I almost was able to make it happen this time around, but I just not gonna be able to make it happen. But I fly out from Boston Saturday morning, and I can't wait. I haven't been to California since Anaheim, the last Anaheim celebration. So I'm looking forward to getting out there. And
I don't think I've been since Anaheim. I don't think I've been in there since Anaheim either. It's like that's gonna be. Woo.
Yeah. Hello there, Spencer.
Yes, people are crawling in here today. And thanks everybody who's joining us on Instagram as well. We are having a little bit of a problem going live to X again, so we're going to have to work on that. Jeff, I know you're in the chat. We'll talk about that after this show, so that was a little bit of a surprise.
I've done one of these because this is the first time I've heard Twitter referred to as X in one of these shows. So it's been a little bit.
Yeah, Jeff has been stuck in California since Anaheim. Apparently, he has really loud.
And I have to say, because I haven't done a lot of these since Anaheim, but that was still one of my favorite celebrations. Just to meet Ewan and all that. I know it's been talked about a lot, but the fact that we're going back there and we're going back to Biggs and everything, I had just a lot of great memories of that celebration, and get to spend so much time with people from the Virtual Cantina and the Facebook group, because it's just so big. There's so many people. You don't realize how many people you interact with, how many people were in the group and come up to you and say hi and thank you, and to go back there and to do what we're going to do next week is I cannot wait.
Yeah, I think that's going to be fun. Return to the scene of the crime as it was. And yes. Speaking of Ewan, there's my Ewan autograph right there that lives in the background of my stream all the time.
Very nice.
Nice little case.
Beautiful.
So we got some people on here. So let's jump into it. We'll go into the slideshow and we'll start reviewing, because we've got three big signing events to go into. So
let's talk about a lot of signers, a lot of autographs to put into add to our collections, a lot of opportunities, some multi-sign pieces.
Yeah.
Just some. I can't wait. Let's get into it. Let's do it.
So let's go ahead and we'll start with Frank, is what you always say is, how on earth, what do I need? What do I need to bring with me? What do I need to have to be prepared to get these autographs? Because many people, I've been talking in the other chats, is many people aren't yet packed. I'm not yet packed. I need to get packed. And so just let me switch over to the show and then we'll figure that out.
Okay, let's do it.
Boom. All right. So let's talk about what we need to. First off is boom.
All right. So if you're gonna get if you're gonna get posters signed, you're bringing your posters over. Posters are a huge investment. You got to take care of them. You got to take care of them when you're on the plane. You got to take care of them at the show. And these we see two good examples of poster tubes. Those cardboard ones work. They there's Dave has one right there. They do work. If I'm coming from the East Coast and I'm going to California, I'm gonna grab one of those plastic tubes, and that's all. You could hop onto Amazon and you'd have one before our trip. You can definitely get one. Nice. I have one that looks like a lightsaber from I forget which celebration. It doesn't work very well, but it looks like a lightsaber, and I got it. And we take it for travel, but
like this one I like because it is expandable. It depends on what size you get, or if you are building a lightsaber, it works with that too.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. I did not think of that for the lightsaber. Yeah, absolutely. If you're getting posters done, or you're going to get some artwork that you can roll. You already, when we have, you'll see we have a poster that you're going to be able to get from one of our events. So you want to keep in mind, sometimes you don't bring a poster with you, but you get something out there, and you're going to need a way to get it home. Unless you're, Jeff, and you already live there, and you don't have to worry too much about it. But definitely.
Well, yeah, and you, like you said, is it maybe a game time kind of thing where you really see the poster for the event in person, you really want it, or if you're attending San Diego ahead of time, you're probably going to get a fair amount of posters just wandering booths and stuff, things that are freebies and giveaways.
Yeah. So I would try to get the smaller size, the telescopes, like the expands, like the one that Dave just showed, because sometimes you can fit those into, you'll see what you're going to carry your things in. A lot of times if it's small enough, it will do those 11 by 14s pretty well. You'll get your 11 by 14s in, and put that tube right in your bag.
Yeah.
These, can't recommend these enough. If you're going to get, like I said, we have 40 signers over these 3 events. You're going to be grabbing a lot of autographs. Dave has the saber too. Nice.
Yeah.
I forget which celebration that was, but how could you pass that up?
Oh yeah.
So these portfolios, they're just great. You get your autograph, give it some time to dry up a bit. The Dave has, what's that? That's a bigger size. What's that?
So this is my home size. I carry like a travel size that'll fit my 8 by 10s and 11 by 14s. But when and that one it lives in my bag and gets beat up. So I have an 11 by 17 here that I bring home, and I can transfer that stuff over into.
Yeah, looks good. So I usually only collect 8 by 10s. But for a show like that, for this, what we're doing, especially if you go to San Diego, I would grab one that does the 11 by 14s or 11.5 by 14.5 if they have that. I like to have that little bit extra space.
Mm-hmm.
Putting it in, nothing's going to come to the top. And if you have a bag that will, it makes it easier. A lot of the laptop bags, you can get one that will hold 11 by 14 binder. Put it right in your bag. These, of course, you can get plastic sleeves at these shows, and if you're stuck and that's all you get at a show, fine. But you're going out there to get autographs. You're going to get a bunch. Don't depend on the plastic top loaders. Those are only meant to be very, very temporary. Those of us in autograph collecting circles, and we do this a lot, and which is many of you that are here right now, obviously. We have a fair, collection of autographs that are on the inside of those plastic top loaders because they pop right up. Leon, how are you? Oh my goodness, good to see you, Leon. Leon, if you've been to Star Wars Autograph News and you look at the Find the Signer section, that's not me. That's Leon and Gareth, and they do an amazing job keeping that up to date so people know where the signers are going to be.
Excellent.
And these some packing paper. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's a good. Yeah, packing paper, protect the posters. Yes, yeah, and some people, just use something that's not gonna, damage the top of the poster. But yeah, tissue paper. Some people use newspaper, but
What's that? A
paper
news?
towel, right? What is that? I went to school. I studied journalism, and it was still newspapers back then. A long time ago. So definitely, you can get these at Amazon. You can get these at Michael's. What is that? Not a hobby store. Hobbies. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a hobbies. That would be what Michael's is.
You can grab these
AC
online.
Moore is another one that's around in places.
Yeah,
people still have AC Moores.
AC Moore, yeah. But these definitely, Michael's always carry these. I would make emergency trips to Michael's when I needed another one, that day. And a lot of times they still have like 20% off. So I would check there, see if they're still doing that, and you could probably grab one at your local store if you don't have one. If you don't want to risk ordering it online.
Yeah. And then this sort of thing.
Yeah. So I don't know how it happened, but I got into collecting Star Wars comics. And they were, at the time, most of them were free, and I loved the artwork and the opportunities to kind of learn more about these really great comic artists who did some work in Star Wars. And you'd be surprised how many like the really well-known comic artists have done Star Wars work. Either early in their career, Gareth Ennis, who does The Boys and some of those other shows. He did a Star Wars piece long ago. I've got to meet a lot of great, very talented, artists through this. But if you're gonna get comics, you gotta take care of them. Yeah.
And I found I've been into collecting for a long time, but I really collect mainly the Marvel run of G.I. Joe. But you go and find out that Larry Hama has crossed over and he has written and done artwork for the original Marvel run of Star Wars since like 1977.
Yeah, he did a couple, at least one, if not a couple. And a lot of those guys that did it back then, Howard Chaykin and a lot of I come back and they've worked on newer ones too. And I really have enjoyed collecting comics and the artwork and appreciating that media that I didn't grow up with comics. I had the Empire Strikes Back you remember the big Empire Strikes Back comic book?
Yeah. I have the first 4 or 3, I think, that are that oversized Marvel Treasury edition signed by Howard Chaykin, and he's a pleasure.
Yeah. Oh, very nice.
But you have to get a whole nother size of these comic bags and boards. There's a very special size for that Treasury edition that you got to go through.
Yeah. So these, if any comic shop, it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be like a chain. Most of your local comic shops will have boards and bags. You can sometimes they're separate. Sometimes you have to buy like you see in the image here. You have a package of boards and a package of bags, and it's just a sleeve you can put. You put that cardboard backing in, tape it up over the top, and keep them safe. If I'm doing if I go to a big show, like if I was doing San Diego, I would bring at least one of those hardback, the comic book, the other picture of. You can fit like 10 comics in those things, and it's nice and sturdy and safe. And so I do both of these. Usually I'll bring the box to the show, and then when I put it away in the larger box, I'll.
The BCW ones here are available easily on Amazon, and they usually ship pretty quick. You can get all those supplies. You can get them in all the different sizes. If you're super new to it, something to think about is like vintage comics from the 70s and 80s are larger than modern ones. So modern comics will fit in a vintage bag, but vintage comics will not fit in a modern bag.
Right. If you're not sure, ask. If you're at the comic shop, ask. If and there's tons of information online too. But if you actually go to an actual store, which I guess not many of us do anymore, I'm sure the person at the comics shop will be able to help you out.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then something to keep it all in.
Yeah. So have a bag. So this is I got this backpack, this exact backpack in, I think it was 2012 or 2013. I still have it. I don't use it as much anymore. I I found out Leonard has. One day I saw one of the Big Bang Theory episodes. Leonard has that same backpack, so I thought that was kind of fun that we have the same
That
bag.
is fun.
I got it specifically as a computer bag, like a laptop bag, which again, probably not a lot of use anymore. People using tablets and things, but it would hold an 11 by 14 iToya binder in the back in a portfolio. Nice. So in the back slot where the laptop would go, I could put up to 11 by 14. Even though, like I said, I'm usually 8 by 10s. A bag like that, if you get a laptop bag like this, and then you have it on your backpack. If you use a laptop bag or is that what they call it? Messenger bag,
that sort of thing.
Whatever's most comfortable for you. Yeah.
And then
nice.
Mine is the same, but a little bit more tactical.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's the same kind of thing. It does have your laptop sleeve that your portfolio fits in.
Nice. And get something that's going to stand up to being on the plane and traveling in the airport, but also shows. I mean, for us, it should be pretty, pretty mellow. It's not going to have a lot of people, bumping into it, things like that. But you're going to have a lot of, autographs in those bags, and they're worth a lot of money. You spent a lot of money. So if you're spending a lot of money on something, you want to make sure you take good care of it. So have a laptop bag that's a backpack or whatever bag you have that's sturdy enough to protect what's inside.
And big enough that if you decide to go for something a little bit more than 8 by 10s, I have mine that's the little bit more tactical because it fits and holds this. You can put one Black Series helmet will fit in that bag.
Okay.
To carry around if you're doing like a cast piece for The Mandalorian, which you'll see for our shows in a minute, might be an appropriate kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes. You may want to be able to carry that bucket right there.
Probably going to want to have that, yeah. If you're a collector of signed buckets, that's one you're going to want to have with you next week. Beautiful. Oh, look at that.
Yes.
Nice. Very nice. Oh, hey, it's Jim.
What's up, dude?
Very nice of you to say. I just got to see Jim and his family in Boston a few weeks ago with Spencer. We had a great night, and great to see him and his family. Just some of the nicest people in the world. So thank you for your kind words, Jim. Scooby.
Yeah, and indeed, then, of course, this is, I think, one of the biggest questions and one of the biggest debates that people have.
Yeah.
What do I get things signed with?
Yeah, there's some great options out there. Well, we're going to start with Sharpies. If you go to a convention, you're going to see Sharpies on the signers table. Are those the best thing to get your pieces signed in? No, they're cheap and as affordable, but are they? You're paying for that signature, right? Are they going to pass the test of time? And what we see is they don't not always, especially certain colors. And depends on what you're getting signed. So those deco markers are really good. Paint pens. If you get a book signed, you don't want to use a deco or a paint pen. You can use a bulk like an ink pen. What brand is that? A deco?
These are decos, is what I have here.
Okay, yeah.
And the ones in the middle there, the ones that are hard to pronounce, Auric.
Yeah.
That's what I've been using since Celebration Anaheim. And the signature lasts and they're really good, but I'm starting to find out that the pens themselves that I've had out of the shrink wrap that have been used are at the end of their lifespan. They're 2 years old. I've had them primed and used that ink before, so I'm getting to where I'm going to need to start replacing those.
Yeah, it's right. Pen choice. If you're bringing your own items to get signed, right? Your pen choice. I would recommend you're bringing a pen that matches that item you're getting signed. If you're getting something off a table and they mess it up or the pen's no good, they're going to just give you a new image. But if it's something that you bring yourself, that's it. It's a one of a kind thing. You're not going to get another one. So I would recommend getting a pen if if you have a helmet or a saber or whatever it is. You're bringing your own thing. Have the pen that you want. And it's been so long I can't even remember what pens I use. I have my own, the brand that I love.
That was the thing I was going to ask, is because I don't have the pictures. I went back and I scanned through the old episodes of Celebrating Autographs, and I couldn't remember, because the ones that you sent me, I did that special wrap with.
You did. There, I can see them.
So I can't see the actual name of the pens anymore.
All right, let me.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what those were.
Oh.
And what you'll start to see is what we have on here. This I was at a con weekend before last, and this is kind of the things that you'll see. Is you really commonly see on the signers tables already. They usually have Sharpies. They may have a few decos. And what's really becoming popular, what I'm seeing a lot of on signers tables, is the Sharpies, but there's a Sharpie oil-based paint marker that they're putting out now. So Sharpie has a paint now, and it's an affordable version that's what you're starting to see a lot of the signers having with them.
Yeah. I don't know long term how those. I would imagine they must be better. It's a paint pen, have a longer life on your item, especially if you take care of your item and you're keeping it out of direct light and all those things, so that you're protecting that signature. But yeah, it should have a longer life. It's Permapaque is what I use, and I can't believe it's been so long. I forgot the name. Thank you, Spencer. Yeah, Permapaque. Ray from Canada. Hi, Ray. Good to see Ray. We're going to be roommates. He's going to be sick of me by the time the week's over. But I can't wait. I can't wait to see you and everybody else, and very soon. So yeah, you're paying. When I started getting autographs, everybody would, unless you were Luke Skywalker or Princess Leia, you were $20 tops, right?
Yeah.
And even then, and I know people that was expensive because they've been doing it for so long. But now, you could have a non-speaking role and you're starting out twice that, at least. So,
yeah, I remember the days when comic artists like George Perez autographs were completely free, and you would generally go up and you'd get a quick little sketch.
Yeah.
Right there on your card or whatever. It's just, here, nice to see you. Thank you.
Those are good days. Oh, Mark, hey, this is great. I'm loving seeing everybody pop up. Hey, Mark, I cannot wait to see everybody. I miss seeing everyone. So it's expensive. Autographs they cost, they're an investment. So choose your pen wisely.
Yeah, so I think that brings us about the end of that section of it, and we can really get into our Boonta Eve events. We've got the Monday immediately following San Diego Comic-Con, and all sorts of goodness that we've got going on there. So let's get into talking about them.
All right.
I would be remiss at this point saying that our Boonta Eve Special Edition is sponsored by Hyperspace Props. Hyperspace Props does great things. They print out like full metal Sabacc credits. They print out all sorts of little cosplay accessories. If you want to check out some more of them, I got some stuff earlier today posted an unboxing video of my Hyperspace Props Sabacc credits, and they are really cool, and I bought this nice little leather bag to carry them around in. So you get a chance to play Sabacc at Boonta Eve Special Edition.
What you're going to say, people, you're going to get to play this game.
Play the game and thank our sponsors there at Hyperspace Props.
Thank you, Hyperspace Props. I need to take another look at them.
Yeah. And I guess I'm cool with these little things too that are in there. Is they've got like, these are kind of like almost radio frequency business cards that you can just like tap to your phone and it gets all your information and stuff in there. That's something I want to play with. So, but yeah, let's get into it.
All right. Boonta Eve, special edition, Heroes of the Filoniverse. Was that you or Spencer? Who came up with Filoniverse?
We're gonna go with this in general. Between me and Spencer and Jeff was kind of a group decision, I believe,
because that is just awesome. And Heroes of the Filoniverse, July 29th, so that's the Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so we should get into some time. So meet and greets 5 to 8, and then karaoke. I was talking to Spencer the other day. I was like, Spencer, can I do karaoke too? And I was like, I might have to do a little karaoke.
Of course you can.
So 5 to 8, meet and greets, autographs, and we're at the name of the bar. This is Scum and Villainy, right?
Nope. So this is at Scum and Villainy on Hollywood Boulevard, and don't forget the little splash over there. If you have a ticket holder, if you bought tickets for the whole of the virtual Cantina family vacation, you're in at 4.
Yes.
Okay. There's a special little pin. There's a special pin in your packet of swag and stuff that you got for the family vacation that you wear, you show at the door, and you're in an hour early with all these signers.
That's going to be awesome. Just all that, just even that 1 hour to get just the family vacation, folks. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and the location itself, Scum and Villainy, is a destination in and of itself. I've never been there. I'm looking forward to the location as well. And remember, this is not just for the people with tickets to the vacation. If you are in the Southern California area, this is a public event. It's a public signing. Show up. Come on down and hang out.
I've only known about this through Jeff, because I would see Jeff was there. I'm like, what is this place? And it looked awesome. It looked like a ton of fun. So I can't wait just to go, let alone we're going to have a whole bunch of actors and behind the scenes folks there signing autographs for us all. So
super cool.
Let's see.
And then so we're gonna take the time. Everybody's been kind of looking forward to it. Is we have a brand new announcement. Is we told you weeks ago that we had when we did the last ones of celebrating autographs that this was it. This was all the signers. This was who's going to be there. Yeah, well, we lied. So
not the bad lie.
we just lied. So we happened upon, or another signer happened upon us. Let's put it that way. I think it was more that than anything. So check out this video, and then we'll talk to you a little bit more about it.
Hi guys, Amy Allen here. I play Jedi Knight Aayla Secura in Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones and Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. I'm going to be joining my Star Wars friends at the Boonta Eve Special Edition at the Scum and Villainy Cantina in Hollywood, California on Monday, July 29th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. So if you're looking for a fun Star Wars night, come and join us. See you soon. Bye.
How exciting is that?
Love Amy. That is awesome. Very, very cool. She's great. That's a great guest, and to be kind of a last minute guest. She's awesome. She is amazing. If you haven't met her in person, I think my first time I met her was at C5 in 2010. Just a wonderful person and a great addition to our lineup. Fantastic.
And for those that have been paying attention and are in the know, is at our Boonta Eve special edition, the San Francisco edition, we have Lauren Vogt, who was Amy Allen's makeup artist that puts on all this, the prosthetic and the paint and the things, and to really make her into Aayla Secura. So you've got the opportunity right there to get a dual signing. Okay, you can get Lauren and Amy on the same piece.
That so cool. Very, very cool. That's edition. Yeah, she's a great name and a great person too.
Yeah, I look forward to it. I have never met her, so I am very much looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a really cool deal. And I think the dual sign is going to be great.
For those people, if you haven't, a lot of autograph collectors, when we start out, we don't think about the behind the scenes people and adding them to pieces. We would think of Amy because she was the actor. But then you realize once you get into it, you can add so many great names. And those behind the scenes people, if you love Star Wars and you love getting immersed in Star Wars and you watch it and you feel like you are in the galaxy far, far away, it's because of the actors, yes, but it's also very much because of the behind the scenes people. And we have a ton of behind the scenes people lined up for you where you can get the actors them.
Amy was as well. I think Amy started with ILM before becoming a character on screen.
A lot of the island, especially in the prequels, they're doing work, and so they put this costume on and go act, and even like with some other people we'll talk about in a minute, where they were brought in for one specific role. Oh, this costume fits you, put it on.
Yeah,
you're in the scene, and it happens, and I think it's great. It's one of the things that makes Star Wars very special as an autograph collector.
Yeah, and I'm looking right now. I think, Spencer, you're lurking about in the chat. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the combo price, because that's the big deal for all of these, is this is a combo price for an autograph and a selfie at their table. I think hers is going to be $60.
$60 for a combo?
Yeah, $60 for a combo.
Nice.
Yeah, see, Spencer just chimed in. I was correct. It's $60 for a combo right there.
That's for a prequel trilogy actor. That is a very good price. That's great.
So here we go. We've got all the prices for Scum and Villainy there. So let's talk about these guys.
All right. So we start with Pam Riddle. So we get her in Mando, Book of Boba Fett, and Obi-Wan, which is I'm assuming she'll have shots from all three of those projects, and $30 for the combo for a selfie and an autograph is you can't beat that. So some great roles. I'm looking at this for everyone, but also for me too, because I'm thinking what I need to get. Misty, just a fan, a friend, a very, how do you even say, a friend at Virtual Cantina. Misty
Absolutely.
Is just, she's been with us for a long time, and just so grateful that she's coming back and she enjoys doing these events that we do, whether it's online or in person. So great, and of course the frog lady is how most of us think of with Misty. When Spencer told me this next one, I couldn't believe it. Details. If you were in London, Details was I think one of the first people that I talked to when we were looking at getting guests for the London signings. And talking to him, he was just such a great guy. I was disappointed I ultimately couldn't make it out there. So now I'm going to get to meet Details, and he's had some great roles in Rogue One and Solo, but of course we just saw him in The Acolyte. So
I think it was really good timing. I think we announced details the day he appeared in The Acolyte, and I didn't know. I don't think we knew. They're just timing. It was amazing.
awesome. Very. I just have just talked to him on the phone, but from everything I heard from people that have met him, and I had him on my podcast, Star Wars Autograph News once, and he was just amazing. And so I can't wait to meet him finally in person. So that we have some cool. This is one of the cool ones we have. So Nelson Lee. Is it Zio? Do we say Ziono? I don't watch the Rebels as much as I should. Ziono? Kaz, I am your father. No. The first time ever father meets son at Boonta Eve. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this one. What we have, why this is so special, Dave.
Well, I mean, we can't be outdone. You know, there's another con that shall remain nameless that's happening later in August, later in the summer, is going to have the first ever kind of father and son kind of dual photo op. Well, you can get your own dual photo op, like I said, father and son, the Xionos, right? Because we've got another actor and Nelson that I don't know that they've ever met each other actually. Like, this may be their first time meeting, but they play father and son, one in live action and one in Star Wars Resistance.
I'd be very surprised if they've had, because Christopher hasn't done many shows. And
yeah.
Nice.
So I think that's going to be really cool. And of course, you will also have the opportunity is Chopper is going to appear at Boonta Eve Special Edition as well. So
I can't wait to see that. So who's bringing the Chopper? I know Dave Filoni's not bringing the Chopper.
Yeah, no, we're not implying that Dave Filoni is going to be. Let us not do that. But we have some friends who've hooked us up with some new friends that are droid builders, and so they're going to be rolling in with Chopper amongst possibly others.
I mean, I do love Chopper. I'm always, original trilogy is going to be always, strong in my heart. But I love the new stuff, and I love. I did take the Chopper really strongly in Rebels.
Yeah, that guy might be there too. I don't know.
I heard he might be there.
We know a guy that knows a guy.
Knows it. Nice. I love. It's one of the things I always say about Comic-Cons when I'm an autograph collector. But I love when I'm getting somebody's autograph and I look and there's C-3PO walking around and the guys from the 501st and the droid builders, and all the hard work and dedication that they put into their craft and their passions. As an autograph collector who's not into that, I don't have costumes, I don't have droids, things like that. But when I'm walking around with my bag full of autographs and I can see the characters that I have their signatures in my bag, it's a good feeling. I love that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Okay, so we just talked about Amy.
Yep, we did.
And another, I would say, another friend of Virtual Cantina, Omid Abtahi, if I can say his name. Dr. Pershing in The Mandalorian, $60. That is not a bad price for someone who's such a juicy role in Mandalorian. I can't wait to see him. I don't even know if I have his autograph yet. I must, but I'll have to check.
And I want to say, I think Omid's done some voice work in Star Wars Rebels as well. I think he was a character there long before he was in there. So
Rebels. Or even Clone Wars, because I just did
a Clone Wars. You're right. It might have been that far back.
I did a Clone Wars rewatch a few months back, and I remember seeing his name. He might have been in Rebels too. I know he was in Clone Wars.
But yeah, he does animation voices as well.
Nice.
And then Galen
Howard, Desk Attendant in Book of Boba Fett. I mean, he was a memorable character. That was a memorable scene, and looking forward to getting him. $40, great. I'm saying that these are great prices. They're all great prices.
Mm-hmm.
These are good for autograph collecting. This is not bad at all.
Yeah, Spencer says it was indeed. He was in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And remember too, is we've said this, Mark and I said this in the other shows, is this is the combo price. This is what's set up. If you're doing additional autographs or whatever, if there are prices for additional, what those prices are going to be, that's up to each individual talent. Okay.
Oh, that's good to point that out.
Is say maybe I want 2 autographs from Pam Riddle because I need her on a Mandalorian cast piece and I need her on an Obi-Wan Kenobi cast piece. Again, whether there's a discount, whether there's not a discount, that's up to each individual talent. Doesn't hurt to ask. Be nice. Be polite. Also remember that cash is king. Spence loves saying that. I should have him like recorded on the little thing saying that. Some of these guests may have like a square or a debit or a swipe kind of thing.
Yeah.
But don't count on that. If you want these autographs, cash on the barrelhead.
Do we know if there's a ATM machine at Scum?
So I think we've had this discussion, which is we know there's an ATM at Biggs. We're not positive that there's one physically in the building, but there may be one just down the block from Scum and Villainy. But again, do you know that it's not gonna, be out if there's all of these? Yeah, see, across the street, Spencer's saying there's one, but with the number of people that are showing up, and if so many people don't have cash and they get there, what if it runs out? Do you want to take that chance?
And we're not new at that. I mean, we're a lot of us here, we're pros at this. If you know that ATM across the street is probably going to charge $4.50, whatever, for on top of whatever you're taking out. So be prepared when we talked about what to bring. If you need your cash, get it from your own bank, so you're not paying, instead of paying $40 for an autograph, you're not paying $50 for an autograph because of the extra fees.
Right. We're giving you all the prices ahead of time. Go ahead, add them up, figure it out, get that amount from your bank, and let's go.
Ray from Canada is going to bring American money. Your credits are no good here, Ray. You need to get American money.
Yes. We need dead presidents on there, not kings and queens. That's what we need to see on the money.
And hockey players.
Hockey players, yeah.
Ray, do you still have a hockey game on one of your bills?
We're not taking money with pictures of beavers and moose on it. Yeah. So, please. All right, but Warren, here's another one that you're talking about. If you might want more than one, because Warren's been in a ton of stuff.
Oh, so Book of Boba Fett, Tusken. So I love the Tusken Raiders from Boba Fett just because they use sign language, and Troy, who was in Coda and won an Academy Award, developed Star Wars, sign language for the first time. So I love those Tusken Raiders. But for me, the big one for me is he's Obi-Wan's stand-in.
Yes.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. You say a stand-in. Listen, if you go deep enough, you can get the autograph of the guy that fed the elephants that were the Banthas in A New Hope. We can go really deep with this. So a stand-in is not too far down when we're looking at autographs. And $40 is, $150 less than Ewan's autograph. But it still was because he was there. He's part of what makes Star Wars special, and he's part of it, and I love it. And he was a reanimated stormtrooper in Ahsoka with the red. Oh yeah, that's going to be a nice looking shot. One of those guys. You have kids playing hockey. Oh yeah, I remember the kids playing hockey on. Which is, I'm not saying it's not cool. We just won't take it.
Oh, Canadian money is beautiful. We're just nope, not accepting.
I love that it makes it accessible for people who are blind, because it's different sizes. The coins are different, and that's one thing that goes against the American currency is if you're visually impaired, if you're blind, you're not gonna know the difference between.
And I like the fancy little like clear plastic pieces on a lot of it.
Yeah. This is a great name. You gotta get sick. This is a great name. Tamara Carson Woodard. Just the Filoni verse, she's fantastic. So we have Grogu and Max Rebo and the Lothcat and Ahsoka. I saw the Lothcat in Mark's promo for Rebels Revisited. He had his little, it ends with him on a Lothcat. Lothcat.
I say Lothcat.
Lothcat.
But I mean, people pronounce it's like Leia and Leia.
Yeah. So I'm gonna need. I don't see myself walking away from her table without at least 3 or 4 autographs, because she's done so many great things in the Filoni verse. So I can't wait. Michelle Lee. So stunts.
Yeah.
Again, if you like the show, you like the stunts, and Star Wars it's a huge part of Star Wars. So so Koska Reeves, Bo-Katan, right, in Mando, and she's the stunts for the armor in the Book of Boba Fett. Stunts for Ahsoka. So for the character of Ahsoka, for Rosario Dawson, she's a stunt person. So all that fighting and the acrobatics you see, it's not Rosario. That's the stunt person behind it. So it's another great one. I think I need a few from her. I haven't started Ahsoka yet. I'll be starting Ahsoka collecting, and
you gotta go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a nice little Ahsoka collection going from when I get back from California.
And for anybody who's like not an autograph collector or whatever, you could start and have a respectable collection by the end of these 3 events. You could have a respectable collection by the end of this one event.
Yeah, absolutely. You're gonna warning, if you haven't started yet and you do here, you're gonna get the sickness.
It's like the fact that Funkos just grow once you have one.
It's the sickness, and you're gonna leave. You could leave here. I mean, we have 40 signers, which is half of the just to put this in perspective, half of the celebrations that have happened so far have had less than 40 signers.
Nice.
We're gonna have 40 over these 3 events. You're gonna go home with some great pieces, and hopefully, if you've been collecting, you're getting some things you've been looking forward to getting that you've been looking forward to adding to your collection. If you're starting, like Dave, you said it one perfectly. Like you could leave here from nothing to having a really good collection in 1 week.
Mm-hmm. You could have an amazing start on a Mandalorian cast piece, on an Ahsoka cast piece. Like even if you just did one of those things,
right? Yeah, you can go right through and stick with it. The thing. So this is. So the Filoni verse. Let's just get Gerald, because we have one last one that I want to touch about, something about getting these people right away. So Gerald Prescott was a Night Sister, and I don't know that I can pronounce the name in Ahsoka. Are you able to do that?
I don't. Is
okay.
Actropol possibly, but she's one of the Night Sisters in there, and all of these people too. If you have other fandoms like all of us do, a lot of these other people are in other things. Gerald is from like the OG season 1 of The Walking Dead. She's done like Walker Stalker Con before, but I'm pretty sure that this is her first Star Wars signing appearance. So
I know I don't know that I think you did a really good job with that character name. I know she's in a couple of the shots that Diana.
Yeah, there's a number of shots that are floating around online where you can get all 3 of the Night Sisters are on there, so you can get them. You can I'm sure that she's probably in shots with Diane Liansanto that
I couldn't get her last
that you can start a piece you can start a piece that you can build on at future events and things, and that's where the addiction comes in. Completion.
Yes. So here's the sickness. So here's the thing with Mando, the Filoni verse is the newest. The Disney Plus shows, it's the newest Star Wars out there, and there's a good chance these people could go on and continue to sign for the rest of our lives, but this could be it. There's plenty of people that when Comic-Cons first started, these public signings first started in the mid to late 90s, they were out there then, and then they stopped. So we learn in the autograph collecting community, you can never say, I'll get them next time.
Yeah.
And we learn, I think a lot of us learned this with Carrie's passing, because so many of us, myself included, I'm going to get her on another piece next time. Thankfully, I'd already met her many, many times in a lot of pieces, but there's always that one more. I'll get it next time.
Well, and in the Filoniverse, you have that as well, is because I wasn't collecting when Carrie passed, or Peter or some of the original trilogy folks, but Carl Weathers just passed.
Right.
I was due to see Carl at a show 2 weeks after that, and you don't know. You've got to get what you can get when you can get it. Tomorrow is not promised.
No, it's good. It's one of those things. It's good to think about as a collector, but it's also good. It's a good reminder for us, just as people. Tomorrow is not promised. So that's the thing about this hobbies. In collecting autographs, it's one of those things that makes like special adds to our lives. But it's I won't go too far down on that path, but it's it's special. And
well, it's the thing here. This is from my last con here. Is this Lee Majors on an old school Fall Guy piece?
Nice.
I mean, Lee Majors he's getting up there. I'm not exactly sure how old he is. He's probably 85 or something in that. But he's out hitting the cons, and that was a special part of my childhood. Though it's not a Star Wars thing. It's somebody's there. Meet somebody.
So there we go. We have. Here's our sign. Actually, this is.
This is only page 1 of this, Frank. This is only page 1.
We have another page. Oof. Are we ready for page 2?
Page 2 is up.
First one gets me excited right away because I see principal actor Din Djarin, The Mandalorian. We know Pedro. Yes, he was physically on set. We know we see the helmet reveal, but so many of those shots that we see of The Mandalorian are not Pedro. And it's not anything against Pedro. That's the role. But to have these guys that were actually in the suit, and to get an autograph of them with the suit. And for me, if I can get a behind-the-scenes shot of him with the helmet off, we love those. So we get that right away is like, I want him. Then he was also in Book of Boba Fett, and he was in Ahsoka. Mm-hmm. So great one, Barry. I haven't met him in person yet. Looking forward to it. Oh, well, they're not side by side, not next to each other, but Ariel and Leilani shoot. So both we have mom and daughter coming back to another virtual Cantina event. We had them at Biggs in the last Anaheim, and they are just fantastic. So we have $50 for each. So Ariel is the daughter, and Leilani is the mom. And Leilani, if you remember that great scene in Obi-Wan with I say great because I guess I should say I did really enjoy Obi-Wan Kenobi because he's my favorite character, and I got a lot of new Obi-Wan, and I'm very happy. But there's the Jawa that steals from him and then tries to sell it back to him, and that's Leilani, and she's going to be there with Ariel.
Yeah, so yeah. And there's a print floating around out there. As one of them may have it, I hope. But there's 2 Jawas and the bikini creature that I can never remember the name of. But that's Leilani, Ariel, and Pam Riddle. Same shot.
Perfect. All 3 of them in one shot. I love that. Sarah, thank you. Sarah, Kenobi show rocks. I agree 100%, Sarah. Thank you. Love it.
Yeah, and you can do some other things too if you want to go a little bit husk. Yes. If you want to go vintage, the Power of the Force figure line has a Jawa 2, and it's like that's what I'm planning on bringing for Leilani and Ariel.
Nice.
It's two Jawa figures in the same pack. It's right there.
I guess we should have mentioned that what to bring if you collect signed figures. What's a good good thing to protect them if you're bringing them or you're picking them up in Anaheim, in California, bringing them home.
Well, it's all kinds of things. Is I like when I'm bringing them home is I have these nice acrylic holders, and they have them that are made to size. They slide, the bottom slides open, and you can place them in there. I love those. You can get the same thing for like a pop protector. They've got these acrylic ones that are just made for that specifically.
Nice.
And let's see if I've got one handy. If you are getting a carded figure, some different places like Star Cases, and this is called Toy Shields, make this nice bubble protector that you can haul around those autographs in. Not to knock the track, but I'm going to hawk the track.
Hawk the track. Very nice. All right, so we're just on page 2 of the first show that we're doing out of 3. I don't think the other shows have 2 pages worth of
No, they won't take as long.
It won't take as long, but Dawn Dininger. So we have I remember her as the Rodian. So yeah, lots of roles.
Yeah, Dawn is a number of different Rodians.
No, she's another one. She's a behind the scenes person who's wearing suits. So her skill set, not her skill set, but her work is behind the scenes, and she has the costume and several of the several characters. $50. You talk about? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and it's kind of a little bit difficult finding finding like a figure or something that of her, but customs are out there. Custom things exist.
Yeah.
I think the Rodian X-Wing pilot that's a really cool concept and something that we could have. And again, she'll have 8x10s, or you can print your own 8x10s. There's still plenty of time to do that at different places.
Nice. Yep. You talk about friends of the virtual cantina, Chris Bartlett, absolutely one of them. So just so many roles in the Filoniverse. So great. Mm-hmm. So the Ferryman, that was the one I really I want. I don't know if I have that one. I want that shot, but there's so many shots that I want, and I'll have to get him and Obi-Wan for sure. Oh, yeah. Definitely. I'm gonna. I have some Obi-Wan shots. I have Ewan but not a whole lot. So I'm gonna get a whole lot more in California. We'll be leaving with Ahsoka and Obi-Wan. I think I'll be focusing on. Marty Matulis. He signed for us in London, didn't he? Wasn't he the last London person?
Yes, he was.
Very nice. I just found out, so not Star Wars, but I watch a show on Paramount Plus or CBS called Evil. Mm-hmm. And I happened to let it run through the credits, and I did like a behind the scenes reel, and he's like all the demons in that show.
Nice.
I didn't realize that. But he is Vane in The Mandalorian, and that I will absolutely be getting.
Yeah, that was a fun character.
Iyad Albatar, stunt double for Tem in the Book of Boba Fett. It's a no-brainer. Yeah, it's because even if you didn't love the show, he's Boba Fett, and
Iyad's gonna get added to this right here.
Some great ones. That's
this one, I've got a lot on there. There's Dickie Beer,
Tem.
Tamora.
Yeah. One more. See.
Daniel Logan right there. Over here, John Morton. And what do we got right there?
Von Randall Jr.
Yes.
Nice. Very, very nice. That's a good piece right there. So when you're looking at Boba Fett, and we know we're going to be talking more about Boba Fett in a little bit.
We will be, because that's that. I'll be pulling the helmet, hauling it in my bag. Like I said, that's why I have that big con bag.
Yep.
is I'll be getting Eod and somebody else that I've been hunting down for a long while when we talk about our next show.
Excellent.
But Lauren Mary Kim.
Yep. Fantastic. Great person. And, Ahsoka mocap for Clone Wars for that Ahsoka vs. Maul scene, right? And stunts for the Amara. And can people understand my Boston accent when I say Amara? Does that even?
Yeah.
Casca Morgan. So all these great characters. They're great because of it's not just the actor; it's the actor and the stunt person behind it. And she's fantastic. Christopher Sean, we talked about. He's Kaz in Resistance. I watched Resistance. I don't know that it was geared for my age group, but it was. I watched every episode, every week it came out, and he's a great guy. So I'm so thrilled that he's going to do our event. And last, but in no way least, Katie O'Brien, who has just exploded in Hollywood, and she's doing our event. This is fantastic.
Absolutely, and just over the weekend premiered in Twisters. Katie's in that.
Yeah. So, and we have her. So that's that. Hey, Sean. Yeah, blowing up. So this is just night one. The first of 3 events at Scum and Villainy in LA.
And wait, there's more.
And wait,
because
there's more.
Don't forget, this could be you sitting in Shin Hati's speeder.
Can you talk to me about this for people that don't know what this is? I did see it, but for people that don't know why this speeder is so cool.
So, on the set of Ahsoka, they apparently, and I'm not sure even why, but they had the little power wheels, 12 volt or 6 volt, whatever, powered land speeder like this. And the cast just took to sitting around and cruising around the set in it, hanging out with it. I've seen pictures of, I can't think of her real name right now. Is it, what's Shin Hati's real name?
Oh, I forget her name. Yeah.
But anyway, I've seen Rosario and Hayden and them all hanging out and just playing around with this cool. Speeder. And we're not having this is the speeder. This is Speedy. And if you come down, Ivana, there you go. Thank you, Spencer. That's what we need is actual content, people, and show. So the internet blew up when you see pictures of her on Instagram hanging out in this very photo.
Yeah.
But all the others, you can have a selfie with Speedy. You can, for $15, take that selfie and sitting in Speedy just the way they were, recreate this. And here's the great thing and the important thing about it is all of the proceeds from your photos, your photo ops with Speedy, are going to the family of Filoniverse costume designer Shauna Triptych, who tragically passed not all that long ago, and kind of before the show really got off the ground and kind of blew up and stuff. She had done all this work, and she's done all this work in other shows as well around the Filoniverse, and but like I said, all the proceeds of this are going to her family.
Fantastic. Oh, very good. Sherry says, that's what I want, Speedy. Well, you're going to get Speedy.
That's exactly right. Speedy is just as, that's like one of those other behind the scenes Mandoverse characters that you get there. And then there it is right there. See, there you go. There's the other pictures that you've seen with everybody in it.
Nice. Yep. Love the one of Rosario.
And then talking about posters.
Yeah. So here we go. Okay. So Monday's done. LA to Anaheim. Right? Is this where we are? This is still the post? Is this the poster?
This is the poster.
Oh, this is still the poster. All right.
This is the poster for LA, as you can see on that
That's-
there, except for Amy. Like I said, Amy was last minute kind of ad.
Yeah.
Speedy's even in there, Chopper's in there, and thanks to all of our sponsors for this, is we've got Experience Level Entertainment and Hyperspace Props that are our title sponsors, but we have all the other sponsors that we have for all the shows that are across the bottom. Thanks to all of them as well.
Thank you guys.
And let's move it on. Let's look at the next one. Whew. Second show, second day, July 30th.
All right. So this is the next day, right? So Monday night we're in LA, Scum and Villainy, and then Tuesday night we are back to Biggs.
Yes.
July 30th. Meet and greet 4 to 8, karaoke 8 to 12 at Biggs. So if a lot of you have been there already with us because we were there not that long ago, 2022 for Anaheim. So we're going back. What level of SPF should we bring? Where's Jeff? Ask Jeff. Jeff's a California person.
It all depends on where you're from.
Yeah.
Okay. Ray from Canada, I advise SPF level Canadian. That's it's like,
I don't want you bursting into flame. I'm gonna have to.
That's right. But for those of us who live next to the surface of the sun all summer here in the South, sunscreen. What's that? LA.
Yeah. All right. Get the Galaxy's Most Wanted. So you obviously this themes. The first night was the Filoniverse, and now Galaxy's Most Wanted. So what are we looking at the Galaxy's Most Wanted? Who do we have joining us?
So yeah, this one's a little bit more original trilogy kind of characters. There is a little bit more of the OGs. Here we go. Here's our list.
Our summers are as hot as our winters are cold. Okay. All right. Okay. Comments, right? So many comments. I will save them for next week. All right. This first name, you might not recognize this name. I do.
But yeah, look at our list. It's
thrilled to have him. Fawn Davis, who just had his birthday a couple days ago.
Yeah.
ILM Model Maker, episodes 1 through 6, and the special editions, right?
Yeah.
And he was a model maker for The Mandalorian. Some great shots of him doing work behind the scenes. Someone I've wanted his autograph for a very, very long time, and now I'm gonna get it at one of our own shows.
I think it's great. And he was, of course, one of the competitors in the show BattleBots.
Yeah,
is like one of the creators of Mouser Mecha Catbot. It's like, that's what I want.
Let's get Blake's question up.
Yeah, right there from Blake.
Pictures available at the table. Like if we don't have something for someone, will there be stuff in person for them? And the answer is yeah. The designers will be bringing photos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing 8x10s, probably not much more than that. Some might have some extra things at the tables. And some 8x10s of their most, popular or commonly requested characters.
So yeah, Blake, as we've been saying along here is, yes, they will be providing 8x10s, but if there's a property that you specifically want this person on, like I was mentioning Fawn Davis with Mouser Mecha Catbot, I got no guarantee that he's going to bring an 8x10 of his non-Star Wars property, right? That's something that if I want, I'm going to need to bring myself. If there's a specific 8x10 that you really have to have, not even we necessarily know exactly what all of these people are bringing ahead of time.
Right.
So you might want to have that one printed and bring with you, but they're going to have 8x10s, possibly even 11x14s of their most popular roles. And then some of them may even have merch. Is if you remember at Bunta Anaheim 2022, is Ariel and Leilani had like the Jawa toy store like roll up in there, and they had plenty of things. So, you know.
Very good. Let's grab Jason real quick before we get into some more names, because he has another one.
Absolutely.
So we just addressed it a little while ago, but yeah. So some might have a card reader. They might have, like, what do you call it, square, but don't count on it. So bring cash.
Mm-hmm.
They might, but the first night, probably, maybe they would have some. I wouldn't count on. Just bring cash. Be safe.
Yeah, that would be the easier way to go. Is just plan on having cash. You know, even the points of being able to make a little bit of change might be good too. Is, you know, don't just roll up in there at 4 p.m. with big bills and everybody necessarily be able to cash you out. You might have to wait a little bit for that.
And yeah, Jason, when Twisters just came out, did you just say over the weekend?
Yeah, his premiere was, I think, like last Thursday, maybe.
Yeah, I would not expect her to have that. So, all right. So Fawn Davis, $30, some great roles. Daniel Stevens, uncredited stunts for Hayden in Attack of the Clones. The Royal God, I love those Royal Gods in Revenge of the Sith. Stunts in The Mandalorian, and Hugh Jackson stunt double in Deadpool and Wolverine, which most of us will have seen Sunday night, right? We're going to go see that Sunday night.
Yep. Indeed.
So very cool. Billy Bryan, Mr. Stay Puft in Ghostbusters.
I am ready for that right there.
Is that plastic? Are you going to get signed?
That is plastic. I am going to have that signed. This is the original, like, Playmobil Ghostbusters Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That goes with these little guys right here. So
that's going to make it nice. That right there would be a good autograph. That would be pretty cool.
A little like paint marker across the tummy right there.
Yep. But he also did some work on Book of Boba Fett. So he does have Star Wars vibes, of course. Fabricator of the Belly of the Sarlacc. I love it. Love it. Mark Anthony Austin, Boba Fett in the special editions of A New Hope, in the who plays Declan Mulholland. I can't remember the original Scottish actor who stood in for Jabba. No, what are we talking about? That's Jabba the Hutt. He's in that.
Right,
scene.
but you're talking about how when they brought Boba in for the.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mark's great. Mark, he does some shows, not a ton. I don't think I have his autograph yet. I have a 11x14 Boba Fett piece that I need to add. Some more folks too, and Mark, I think, is one of them. So
Mark is one of the ones that I need on my helmet. I've been chasing down several cons that have been around or have been just out of my reach to get to or unavailable. So
what color are you going to get on your Stay Puft, they're asking?
See, that's the thing right there, is you guys gotta you gotta know that when we're talking about pins, is be thinking about what color is going to go on what piece. Is with Stay Puft here, is I am leaning towards probably a blue or a black. I don't think I want the red right next to, and in case it does go, the signature goes over top of the red sash. So I may kind of do a blue that matches his color. I may just go with kind of straight black, kind of stands out. So have that kind of thing in mind. Have that level of thought process, so you know what to bring or what to ask for from their table.
Yeah. One thing with a lot of any of these characters that have just one idea, and again, it's very personal. It's whatever color you want is what color it should be. But one cool thing that I do like is characters that have a lightsaber is getting the pen color that matches the lightsaber blade, if they don't have to sign on the blade. And I love the way that looks with, one of my favorite pieces is Ashley on a Rebels, where she has the white blades. And I asked her, I was like, what color? She's like, you got to use the white like the blades. And it's a gorgeous picture. So all kinds of things.
And here's another thing is sometimes that what color would you have it signed in is a really nice way to have a conversation with that actor. I do that with Ashley a lot because she's had multiple colors of lightsabers over the course of the series. And so when I had her sign my Clone Wars cast piece, we're like, well, do you want to do it with green for the green sabers? Do you want to do it with the blue? And that's a way to have a conversation. So Ray, right there, would you use a fabric pen? I had that done some time ago. I've used a fabric pen here on Wicket on that one. But the Stay Puft here is plastic, so don't need it on that one. But if you've got something that's fabric, you probably want to bring that pen because they're not going to have that pen.
No. Aiden Barton, Baby Luke and Baby Leia in Revenge of the Sith. And this is great. I know he's been looking to do shows for many years. I talked to him a few years back about doing shows, but it was during COVID. So I'm glad to see he wanted to do Virtual Cantina, and they were able to get him. And I don't know that he's done any shows yet. This might be his first or one of his first. So that's a great one. Looking forward to definitely getting him on my Baby Luke and Leia shot.
Yeah, that's going to be a great one.
Great one. We love Margot Apostolos. She was it Tekket, the Ewok in Return of the Jedi? So she's coming out, joining us, as well as Kevin Thompson and Tracy Thompson. Tracy Thompson. They've been a part of almost everything we've done, I think, and we love them, and we're so glad they're going to be with us again. And so Tracy's one. So they have a book that they both that Tracy wrote that to get signed and get Tracy signed. But Tracy is an actress as well, and she's done other things. I remember at the first Anaheim, I was with Eric LeBlanc, who did the Star Wars actor appearances, and when he retired, he gave that to me to Star Wars Autograph News. And he pulls out a shot of some TV show Tracy had been in, and she was her face just lit up that somebody would have brought something for her to sign, and he knew her from that TV show, and it was great. The next two are very, very near to my heart, and I'm thrilled that they're going to be joining us. John Morton and Dickie Bear, and John has been just a great friend since I started my website in 2011, and just I'm so happy that we're going to get to spend some time with him. He's going to sign for us. John was Dak in Empire Strikes Back and take on the whole Empire by himself. And, of course, Bespin Boba, also in Empire Strikes Back. And that's an example of the costume fit, put it on and get in that scene. And, is that John Morton? John is, I can tell you, he's one of my favorite people. He's such a great guy. And, I'm glad folks are gonna get to meet him, and we're gonna bring him out there and sign for us and get to meet him. And he is just a great guy and a great just ambassador for Star Wars, and just really cool, very, very cool.
Oh, that would be an amazing signature right there. Rainbow autograph from Carrie.
That's very nice. We got to see that one. And then Dickie Bear. Just in the world of stunts, Dickie is a legend. He's done some amazing things, but he was a stunt for Boba Fett in Return of the Jedi. I think he also did might have done another character as well. But he was a scout trooper, I believe, in the battle at the end. So those two names alone, I mean, that's just amazing. So that brings us our Boba Fett. You have Iyad on that.
We've got even kind of more there. We'll get to that, and I know what you're saying. We'll get to that in a minute. I think we've got a graphic for that.
Yeah, graphic for that. Awesome.
But we've got Richard and Sarah from Skywalking Through Neverland.
Richard's actually from up here in the Boston area. I'm always good to see Richard, hosts of Skywalking Through Neverland and authors of Today in Star Wars Parts 1 and 2. I only have Part 1. I don't have Part 2 yet.
Yeah, so I don't think I do either.
So great people, just great, wonderful people. and I get part of the family.
And
We're all
also not on the list.
family vacation. Craig Miller again. So both Sarah and Richard were in Anaheim at Biggs last time, and Craig was with us in Anaheim and Biggs last time as well. And former head of publicity for Lucasfilm, and he's written Star Wars Memories, My Time in the Death Star Trenches. I feel like I just saw he has another book coming out. Maybe
Ooh,
I think I saw. I don't know. I'll have to ask him in Anaheim.
yeah, that would be something
great.
to find out.
He should have the book, and he does have 8x10s. There's a shot of him in front of the Falcon, not the Disney Falcon, the Falcon. And
Yeah, that one that's on the cover of the book right there.
yeah, he has that picture. And Spencer saying, yeah, the new book comes out this weekend. Perfect.
Ooh,
So, hopefully have some of that. If not, I'm sure there'll be links of how you can grab it.
nice.
Very cool. All right,
This is what you were getting ready to talk about.
Yeah. I forgot there was a graphic for this. Come meet 4 Fets. So we don't think about how many Fets. The website, the Boba Fett fan club, they have great information about all the people who've done. Dwayne Dunham and Alan Harris and just people that have been involved in Boba Fett. You won't believe how many people have either worn the costume or were involved in his creation. We have Mark and Dickie and John and Eod. So that's, if you got a nice, even just a good like 11x14 of Boba Fett, you get 4 names right there. And it's pretty cool.
And that is 4 names is a darn fine start for a complete. I mean,
Yeah.
Of course, Jeremy and I believe the actor who was the voice in the holiday special, I think, have both passed. But there's
the original, yeah. Alan's passed. The original Jeremy's passed. Alan Harris is the prototype, the white Boba Fett in the video. Dwayne Dunham. The original voice was the guy from Twilight Zone. I have his autograph, and I can't think of his name. Jason Wingreen. No, just typo. Wingreen. Twilight Zone. He did the original voice of Boba Fett. Obviously, had to be changed. He's passed. But this is.
So yeah, four is a really good start on the living Fets.
Right. And then you get that and I do recommend it's kind of late in the game, but I recommend if you're getting more than 2 people on a shot, do at least don't go smaller than 11x14. You can. So but I wouldn't get it personalized with everybody. Just get the signatures because it gets. And I speak from experience because I have a Jabba the Hutt with like 7 names on it on an 8x10, and they all say to Frank, and it looks kind of yucky.
Yeah, and I know that just from the ones that I have here on this piece is Dickie and John have really amazing, large,
big shots. Yep.
Big signatures. So
yeah,
you're
gonna look like everything. And then you could probably add Daniel Logan down the line if you wanted to. And this is all up to you. Some people would say, there's some collectors that will say, I wouldn't add Eod to this because there's 3 original trilogy, or some people say Boba Fett is Boba Fett.
Yeah.
There's no right way or wrong way to do this. You do it the way that you want to go. And this is a great opportunity to get a piece that's just all the Fets. Again, like I'm sure, Daniel does almost every celebration. So you bring that piece, you get 4 guys now, you add Daniel down the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Celebration Anaheim, Daniel and Dickie were sitting right next to each other. I got them both right there.
Tem probably be at,
Mm-hmm.
Has he already been announced for Japan? He's already been announced for Japan, hasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah. So there you go. You get some good names there. I have Jeremy on a piece. I might have some others signed. Great.
Yeah.
I am guilty of this all the time, that I kick myself. I get to a show and I realize, I get a piece I could have added them on. And it's a good idea to go through your pieces and remind yourself if there's something you need to add some more folks to. And you probably, a lot of us have pieces that we just forget. I love this.
If you've got nothing else, if you don't want to do anything else, if you want just a remembrance of the show to either have signed or not have signed, if you don't have anything for any of these actors, they can always sign the event poster.
Yeah.
We've left space for that for sure, or you can just collect it as a memory, unsigned.
You mentioned with the sickness, and a lot of us used to be completionists. We want to get, if we want something signed, we want to get everyone. A poster like this, you get everyone, right? And that piece is done because it's specific to these names, and it really does. Whether you get it signed, you don't. But I see this and beautiful. You get all those signed, you get those signatures, you get that piece, and perfect. A great way to remember our trip together.
I mean, you can do it either way. Ray is you saw earlier that I've started a Mandalorian cast piece that I have Brendan Wayne on, but I also had to get Brendan Wayne on this since the figures don't take up nearly as much space and aren't nearly as costly to purchase. I intend on purchasing another figure for each one of the actors that have portrayed the Mandalorian.
Yeah. Again, one and done, or there was a time where I was getting every costume change. You might get several for each. One movie you might get, 4 or 5, like Carrie or Mark, or So yeah, it's.
Well, and I think we missed a thing here. Is Spencer is saying here over in the chat that we had an addition to this that was made that we don't is. Here's my version here. We have the classic figure, and this is Jedi Master Agen Kolar,
Right, yeah,
which is Tux, and I am sorry I cannot pronounce his last name.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but he's gonna be.
Yeah, he will be with us as well, and he was enough that he is added to this poster. So there is a new updated version of this poster that you will have at the event that will do it. And Spencer, help me out with this one. We're asking there, what is the cost of the event posters? And Troy, I don't know the answer to that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Spencer is still around,
but we'll get you that answer. Ask that again later. Ask that in the chat and the on the Facebook chat, and we'll get you that answer, Troy.
$10.
There you go. Boom. Right there. Asking you shall receive. $10 each for the posters.
Perfect.
All right, and moving on.
Creators of the Star Wars universe. I love that's He-Man, right? Masters of the Universe.
Of course not. I would never create a logo that would steal from another non-Star Wars property. Never.
Not you, no.
Yes, I am a large Masters of the Universe fan, and we'll call this an homage.
Yeah, very, very cool. All right, so let's talk about where is this happening?
So this one is in Northern California. So, if you are only in Northern California and you're not making the trip to Southern, come on out. This is Gary Boulevard in San Francisco. This is a place called Ireland's 32. And that's going to take place there August 31st. We're going to take a day off. We're going to, have some time there at Disney. And we're going to have a day to get from Southern California to Northern California. And then we've got August 1st, 7 to 11 p.m. meet and greets and karaoke there at Ireland's 32.
I've never been to San Francisco. I cannot wait to go. So who do we have? Who's going to be with us?
So right there. Here we go.
Oof! If you've been watching the Virtual Cantina shows, you know this name, Hal Hickel, because he's been a guest and will be he's been on these shows many times.
Yep.
LM model maker for eps 1 through 6 and model maker for The Mandalorian.
Oh yeah, and so many things you can have Hal sign, and he's an Oscar winner for Pirates of the Caribbean.
Nice.
So tons of things. I personally have like multiple things that I want Hal to sign. Hasbro just came out with Droideka Black Series, and Hal, of course, created the Droideka and talked about that at length on the show. So I purchased that figure to bring with me.
Very nice. Next one, he has been on my since Mandalorian came out. This is one of the biggest names for me to want to add to my collection. John Goodson, model maker of the Razor Crest, and then also Ahsoka Shuttle and Gideon Star Cruiser in The Mandalorian. But when there was just one of those behind the scenes shows about the making of The Mandalorian, I saw him on it with the Razor Crest. I was like, I need this autograph.
And Star Wars makes a nice, affordable kind of toy / model of the Razor Crest that will be, I think,
That's a nice
highly
size.
appropriate for signing.
Yeah. So that's a great, and these prices, $30. These guys, the model makers, it's just such a talent and such a huge part of Star Wars history, but also obviously right now. I mean, Star Wars was models, right? In the early days, and that they're still using that and their skills and talents, and we have just two of the best right there. I hope no one brings the HasLab Razor Crest.
Ooh.
That thing, isn't that thing huge? Just like you have to carry the shoulder like a tree log.
I'm sure that is large, and even in the box would be.
Yeah. All right. Bill Kimberlin, $30, includes a book. Worked for ILM on the Death Star 2 Final Battle. Inside the Star Wars Empire, a memoir. Very nice. So you can get the autograph and the book for $30. Not bad at all. Is this Lauren Vogt? Is that, I don't know
Yes.
that her name pronounced. Vogt, right?
Yes, Lauren Vogt, and Lauren is who we were mentioning earlier, the makeup artist for Ayla Secura, amongst others.
Very nice. See Andrew Nelson. Andrew joining us, who was, again, behind the scenes, but also we see him on screen too. So special visual effects supervisor for LucasArts in multiple Star Wars games. Effects at ILM for The Phantom Menace, and Darth Vader for Lucasfilm publicity events. So,
and I believe that in the special edition, he actually appears as Vader on screen in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
That is according to, I believe, the Wikipedia.
And one more to go.
Yes. Kate Saboteur. I believe so.
Yeah. Tippett Studios. Just and also Adam Savage's Tested.com. Phil Tippett, some legend.
And a model maker for the Tumbler from The Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, okay.
Or The Dark Knight Rises.
Very nice.
So yeah, and if you're looking for something to sign there and you're on the full trip at Disneyland, those hollow chess boards should be available at some of the Star Wars gift shops there in the park.
Nice. Just 3 big events. And it's not, I mean, it's the signings, and we have karaoke, and we have all kinds of great things. If you're on the trip, you know we have a lot of fun things that are going to happen during this week. Some amazing events. Again, if you're not part of the vacation and you're in LA or Anaheim or San Francisco or all the above, come and you can be part of these signings. And again, we have 40 signers of 41 because I didn't count Tux. So 41 signers, and it's just going to be a great time. And I can't wait, Dave. I mean, it's hard to believe it's
Yeah,
time to
and
go.
here's our poster again, suitable signing. So I think it'll be great. Is we've got this poster that will be available there for the San Francisco event.
Is that what size is that? Is it?
I believe all of these are 11 by 14s at least. Okay. Is 11 by 14 or 11 by 17?
Gotcha.
I should know because I created them, but off the top of my head, no.
Looks good. Looks good. I cannot wait, Dave.
But yeah, it's there. And then of course, if you want another memory of the trip there, for all the Boonta Eve special editions, $30 summer 2024 shirt is we've got, the Mandoverse helmet, we've got the original trilogy, the Red 5 helmet there. See, 11 by 17. That's what I thought there, Spencer. I see 11 by 17 posters, so a little bit bigger, plenty of room for all the signatures. But you can get this, and in Arabesh there on 3 sides, those are the names of our events right there in Arabesh. So that's Heroes of the Filoniverse, Galaxy's Most Wanted, and Creators of the Star Wars Universe.
Fantastic. Are there any more questions in the chats?
Anybody else?
We have another show coming up in like 20 minutes. So
we do. We got to get out of here and make room for Rebels Revisited. But we do, of course, want to thank our event sponsors, Hyperspace Prompts again, Experience Level Entertainment, Rebel ScumCon. Rebel ScumCon had a lot of these people at it and a lot more, and we hope to see that go off again. Scotty's Toy Shop, Rebel Base Comics and Toys. That's one of my local to me kind of toy shops that I like to frequent any time that I'm up that way. My MTA Travel, the Nerf Herder Company, Star Wars Family Fun Day, Elite Signatures, Droids and Dreams Travel, Wagon and Walkin', Andy's Boat Repair, K&K Pressing, Ruckle Construction and Realty, and Chase the Pack. Thank you. Is we could not make the Boonta special editions happen without all of you.
Can I tell you how much I love Andy's Boat Repair as a sponsor? How awesome that is.
Everybody loves the Star Wars. Is that's what it is. You don't have to be Star Wars related to do this thing. Many of them are. But Andy's and like I said, Ruckle Construction, we've talked about before. I mean, Mr. Ruckle there will try and sell a house to the Star Wars talent as we see them at the event. It's like, do you need me to build you a house? Can I fix your door? Let's go.
Let's do it.
And of course, if you want to provide some patronage to Hyperspace Prompts, if you use code Boonta, 10% off discount, make it happen.
Very nice. I'm just putting that right into my web browser so I don't forget, so I can go check them out before I leave.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely check them out and see the kind of things that they have. And like I said, it's those real metal Sabacc credits. They've got I think they have some 3D printed options as well. And not just that, but like all sorts of cosplay accessories.
Nice. Boats as spaceships of the water. Jason sends us out with the quote of the night.
Yes.
I love it.
Well, and of course we do have a signer from Spaceballs. We have to. You gotta. It's the shared fandoms, man.
Absolutely.
Baseballs, and I want to say from Nightmare Before Christmas as well. Lauren worked on that, so all across. And Hyperspace Props will be at the Southern California events, so you can see them, thank them in person, talk to them about all your cosplay prop needs.
Dave, this is great. This was a great time to kind of go through. I've been looking forward to tonight and talking with you tonight, and the folks that will joined in on the chat to get us pumped up for next week, because it all happens a week from today, like right now. Well, and we're on East Coast time, but we'll be That's Scum and Villainy this time next week.
Yeah, that's gonna. It's gonna. I cannot believe it. That's because I'm sitting here. You say we'll be at Scum and Villainy this time next week, and I'm sitting there going, no, that'd be the weekend. No, you're right. It's that quick. Wow.
Spencer shared something on Facebook the other day. It's like, it's been a year of planning coming to fruition, or something along those lines. And you guys have been working really hard behind the scenes, with the shows, but also all the planning Spencer's done to make this happen, this vacation happen. It's like a dream and a passion of his. And I think people are in for a real treat. And just want to, make sure people recognize, and he doesn't, that he has done just an immense amount of work, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work to make this happen. So, Spencer, thank you from me as one of the admins. Thank you for all the hard work that you do. And Dave, of course, you and Jeff. And I hate, you start to mention people, you forget. But there's so many people that make this all happen.
And there's so many people more than that. We've got people that are in charge of our swag, like Joanna and Mark, that are helping us out, and other graphics artists. We have that do so much of the day-to-day stuff around the channel and the network and the Facebook page. So it takes a village. It's a Star Wars family. It is my favorite shirt that we put out is the Virtual Cantina family shirt, because that's really what it is, and it's what about. And that's why this is the family vacation, that we will all get to see each other, and that's going to be the most fun about this.
It's fun. It's fun that now we're at a point that a lot of people don't even realize this was all born out of COVID and wanting to connect and make connection, the VC and wanting to connect during COVID. And now we're at a point, obviously we've been at a point where we can see each other in person and have, be together and enjoy a nice week together as a vacation. So thank you, everyone. And I cannot wait to either see you again or meet you in person for the first time. Because I didn't go to the first vacation. So I am very much looking forward to this one. Seeing what it's all about.
Yeah. The shenanigans, Frank, the shenanigans you missed, but there will be some for this.
Awesome.
So, anyway, those of you watching on here, we are getting ready to sign off, but stay tuned right here in just a few moments as we have Rebels Revisited is going down on the channel. That's at 9 Eastern time. So join Ashley and Mark for a fun episode. Jeff, you're in the chat. What's the deal? Do we know what the topic is tonight for Rebels there, Jeff? But while we're waiting on, I don't know.
Did you see that?
Oh mercy, yeah.
We're
weak way. This is just 15 mins and Jeff's gonna be in there. Sorry.
Some of that humor from Jeff when we're in.
And hopefully we don't run into a moose out in front of the park. Yeah, the moose out front should have told you. But anyway, so watch Rebels Revisited, people. And until then, may the Force be with you.